All right, so I got the stator out of the front of the fan, as you can see. This probably isn't the best way to have done this. It does appear to be stuck on the back housing. The rotor won't come out, and even if it wanted to, I think that if you look at it this way, you can see that the front of these windings are a little proud of that rotor. I don't know if that would come out of there without banging that. So it's definitely going to have to come out this way, whether or not. Looks like there are some little cutouts so you can tap this off, maybe? I don't know. I'm a little worried about damaging it. I'm going to start to try to get this oscillating mechanism apart, because if we can get this off or apart partially, then we could probably get the rotor out. I don't know. Jesus, man. We'll see. Alright, so we might be able to get this out this way. The screws on the oscillator are brass and they're a little bunged up and it's not moving. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I might have to drill them out, and then you'd have to have screws made, or you have to find something that would fit. Yikes. But I tapped on the outside of this, and as you can see, it's free. So now the question is, can we get the rotor and everything this way without damaging the windings? Let's see. And once it's halfway through, I'm going to grab the rotor, and there we go. It's out. So stay tuned, we'll take a closer look at the stator itself. Alright, the stator is really, really heavy. It's got all the black shellac stuff on it. It doesn't look burned, it's just black in color. As you can see, a little bit of a mess where the head wire comes out the front, and we got to try to remember that that's the front. Not as much dirt on the front, but there's a bunch of dirt on some dirt in the back there. Again, black in color, but doesn't look burned to me. It all looks okay. And then there's some stamping. There's some numbers on here. 88 T230, whatever. It's just interesting to see. It was stamped on there after it was all put together. So there's your stator, and I want to not let that roll off the table. and then here's the rest. This probably don't have to be so. Oh, look at that! It did come out. I'm not sure why. So okay, the rotor came out of there. There's a few little washers on either side. And it's been drilled a little bit for weight, as you can see. Cool. So then, clearly this whole thing does come off because there's all these screws in here, and they're a little bunged up. It looks like someone's been in here before. Not a surprise, really. So, the next step will be to, I don't know. That's a good question. This now seems to turn. A little bit of a noise in there. So I don't know if there's grease inside this thing or what. I don't really know much about these, obviously, so I don't know how much of this. Again, these two screws here on the bottom, this one and this one, they're a little bunged up, meaning that they're not totally flat and straight slots anymore. Bunged up is the term I was taught for that. And so I don't know if that's going to come apart. It would be nice if it did. The screw end of the shaft, which is what drives the oscillator, doesn't look that bad. Clearly there's some old grease in it, as you can see. So there's your parts. Interesting. I didn't really think that was all going to come apart quite like that. I don't know what we would do to clean out the this thing. Might be able to get it further apart. Maybe if I take these, maybe it's not that. Maybe if I take these four off. But again, as you can see, they're a little, a little janky, these guys. So there you go. Yeah, the stator is really heavy. Impressive. So I don't know what else is. I'm gonna stop here for now because there's some other things I have to get done. But that's cool. We got this now partially disassembled, so that we can start cleaning these parts a little bit. And maybe if we can get this apart, we can clean out the bad grease, put some other grease in there. I would have to figure out what kind of grease you would put in these things, and then we can. Then maybe we'll be in a position to get to the base, get our wiring idea together. I'm just going to make a schematic. I was able to keep, the ABC on there and ABC on the base, so we might be able to, get that going. So thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts on what needs to happen with the oscillator to get it free enough so that the fan will turn properly, and then we'll get the base apart. It's really rusty, and maybe take a look at the switch. The thing is, a fan like this is going to have a coil as well. It's got 3 wires going up, which means that it might be a 2-speed motor, and then the coil gives you the 3rd speed. I don't really know. That's not stuff that I know much about. I was really just planning to wire it together the way it was before, and hope for the best. Not the best practice, but I'm not an electrician or an engineer, so I'm just kind of doing what I know and what I've learned from watching YouTube videos by you guys, frankly, because if you're watching my videos, I'm probably watching yours. Ha! So that's the deal. Anyway, interesting fan, a little greasy, but that's the way they are, and it's nice to see that the stator doesn't look burned up. So we'll see if we can get it, if we can keep moving and not mess it up any more than it already is. That's the plan. So anyway, this is your Western Electric. Pretty neat. All right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next part. I haven't given up yet.